Hello, this is Andreas from Sleep Better Mattress Gallery. I'm going to talk about the markup of a mattress. I get people that come in with a sticker shock that have a very surprised look on their face that there'll be mattresses that cost over $1,000, and they wonder why there's such a high markup. Some people come in here and say, well, there's no reason why this mattress should be even $800 when it only costs $200 to make. Well, that's not true. There are products that cost a lot of money to actually put together in a manufacturing facility before it's even shipped to a store, no matter where the store is, either in Los Angeles or here in the Midwest. You have the box spring, you have the fabric, the wood, and then the metal, and it takes man hours to produce a box spring. Same thing with the mattress. Off-brands will use off-brand coils, and this costs money when you buy in bulk or when you just have an off-brand. If you're a small company and you don't buy very many of these, well, it still costs a certain amount per piece. So, with that said, this coil, that coil, and the individually wrapped coil obviously costs a certain amount of money, and then you have the different types of fabric on top, and then the different types of coil, either latex or memory foam, the real memory foam, or that off-brand stuff from overseas. So what I'm getting at is the cost per piece is determined by the quality of the part and how many you buy. If I have 100 stores and Sealy has thousands, well, obviously Sealy is going to be able to get their cost per piece lower than I can because they buy more parts in volume. Now, the markup of a mattress when it hits the floor. Now, here at Sleep Better, my owner purchased the building, this whole strip mall he owns, so there's no rent. So I can actually give people a better discount because my overhead is lower. Typically, I think the national average, the price of any product, 21% is for just the building maintenance costs. Well, if you don't have to pay rent, well then that 21% is a lot less. So that's one of the reasons why on April 1st we'll have been here 5 years. And this is Nevada, Iowa, and we have 38 locations that sell mattresses, all within a 30-minute drive. But at any rate, so if you have a store that pays thousands of dollars a month in rent, lots of electricity, lots of commercials, well, then they have to mark up that product to match all their overhead and just to break even. I actually have pictures. Well, actually, I shouldn't show it. I have a competitor that sells the same product relatively close to us, and because they have huge rents and they have more than one owner and they all want to be rich, what they do is they take the bed-end tag, take this out, toss it, and then print up their own bed-end tag with their own prices, and then they'll add money. Oh, one quick way to prove the markup of a mattress. If you go online and you check out the Posturepedic Classic series, and then look in Los Angeles, look in the Midwest, you'll see that the prices vary a lot. Well, that's depending on the overhead of the store, and that's why your mattresses will have such a high markup. So, the quality of the parts, determined by how many parts you get, will determine how much it costs before it hits the floor. Then, with the building costs, how many owners there are, how much they advertise. I have over a 70% close rate, which basically means most people will buy from me. Surprisingly enough, excuse me, I probably have 20 or 30% of people will actually leave, go shop somewhere else, and then will turn around and come back to me because I don't have a problem telling people to go shop around because I know I'm the cheapest. And the reason for it is Sealy can produce a product cheaper than the other guy in the comparable part. Let's say, for instance, I have a certain amount of respect for Bill Gates because he's an inventor and he's very intelligent. Well, let's say he started making cars. but he was able to produce a car with the same quality, cheaper than a Lincoln or a BMW or a Mercedes, a typical $50,000 car. But if he was able to produce it for 20% cheaper and started selling it for 40 grand, well, who wouldn't buy a good quality product, well below the same equal quality part of the other manufacturers? So when Sealy produces their own different types of foam, they own their own trucking company. They used to have their own coil company until they merged with Tempur-Pedic, and then they came out with an inexpensive line that has 50% more coils than the off-brands, and yet it is still double tempered with titanium. That's the reason why they got rid of one of the reasons why they got rid of the coil company, was so this way they can produce a inexpensive mattress that will last 2 to 3 times cheaper than anybody else's cheap stuff. And in a queen, it's only $349. Who else can do that? Sealy, because their cost per piece is less than any of the other manufacturers of mattresses. So the markup of the mattress is how much does it cost to actually make the product before it is even shipped out of the back of the store, and then the individual store. Now, like I said, there are thousands of places that sell the Sealy Posturepedic, but the reason why people will come to me is because my overhead is less than a lot of the other locations out there. So I hope that was a relatively a simple explanation on the overhead. And please like my videos, share them. And then also, if you, underneath this video, you'll see where it says Sleep Better. If you click on that, that'll be our homepage with all these other videos on how to sleep better. I get people in here that have lower back pain, and they're side sleepers, or they'll have shoulder issues, snoring, bursitis, all sorts of different things. If you have a particular ailment, the different types of mattresses will determine how the quality of sleep is. So please look at the other videos if you have trouble sleeping, or share them with somebody. And I really do hope this clears up some misinformation that's being given to potential customers. Thank you very much.